They issued a permit to kill. That's what Section 73 permit is.
Chief Lance Haymond is talking about the federal government permitting Canadian nuclear laboratories to bury 1 million tons of low-level radioactive waste near Chalk River in a site about a kilometer away from the Ottawa River.
The facility, less than a kilometer from the Ottawa River, remains a serious threat to our lands, our waters, our rights, and to the health of millions of people in Quebec and Ontario.
Kebaowek began their fight against this proposed site more than a year ago in court. Last February, the federal court ordered the Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission and Canadian Nuclear Laboratories to consult the community.
We expect that this case will go to the Supreme Court.
He says this process will likely cost Kebaowek over $1 million.
We're a little, Algonquin community in the middle of nowhere, Quebec, who has to, basically find ways and means and raise funds to be able to defend our rights. And the challenge is that Canada and Quebec can keep us in court forever.
Chief Haymond says Prime Minister Mark Carney is new to the scene, so he may not be well informed of the issue, but says many in his cabinet can advise him.
I think about Minister Wilkinson, Minister Guilbeault, all these folks are still there. They took a position, which was in essence to do nothing.
A spill in this watershed will lead to irreversible consequences.
Assembly of First Nations Quebec and Labrador Regional Chief Francis Verreau-Paul says both the federal and Quebec governments need to take a stance against this facility instead of fighting with First Nations in court.
I don't think this is the best way to reinforce a relationship. So I'm really hoping that Quebec government will be open to have those discussions before putting project in place and respecting the will of the First Nations so that we can build a strong future all together.
This disposal facility will hold 1 million tons of radioactive waste and persistent chemical toxins like asbestos and lead.
Gordon Edwards is the president for the Canadian Coalition for Nuclear Responsibility. He says radioactive waste shouldn't be stored in the ground and left there, but put in packages that are labeled.
These packages should be strong enough to resist the forces of nature and prevent them from leaking. But of course, nothing can resist the force of nature forever. So it becomes an intergenerational problem.
Edwards also wants to see an end to the creation of radioactive waste.
That's what most Indigenous groups, when they learn about the nature of these materials, they say, number one, stop making it.
Savannah Craig, APTN National News, Montreal.